Hello everyone, welcome back to the Battlefield Siege Run. Here we have another Pauper video for you today. We are playing our Robot Synth deck, or I'm calling it like Villain Synth, because yes, we're playing the standard stuff, but we're playing HYDRA Assault Robot. So this is what we're basing everything around. And as I said in my video about the three brews I wanted to play in Pauper coming into this new set, is HYDRA Assault Robot was really the running card that I wanted to play. So I was very keen to hop into a league and play it. Now, Strata Games, Marsh, how you doing, mate? Thought about cutting some thraben inspectors, I'm pretty sure, from the Robot Synth list because they felt a bit out of whack sometimes. I am paraphrasing, he goes into a lot more terminology with it. But I want to try this out because we are flickering artifacts so much in the deck, and it's also, this is a villain, and then it stacks with the other villains, which is all the HYDRA Assault robots. And I was thinking if we add in the Mouse of Foundries, which is also putting in artifacts and returning and playing, you actually get this really nice clock that works really well with tapering off with the Galvanic Blast and Lightning Bolts. So I think we have this really cool core mono red artifact engine with the Glint Hawk core Skyfishes on the side and the good removal from it. Outside of that, it's a pretty straightforward Robot Synth list. I have been playing around with the lands a little bit. You could probably, because I'm thinking about now, you're not running those 1-drops. You're not running as many 1-drop creatures through the thraben inspectors. You could probably pull in more tap lands. So you could probably run in more Windscar Crack, depending if you're playing against mono red. And then otherwise, over to the sideboard, it's pretty stock as well. I guess what we did find is that the cast into the fires when I've been playing this style of deck is better than like Dust to Dust. Because when you're doing a synth and you're flipping over, generally you want to synth around turn 3 where you have a land in your hand and you synth in, either you flip a land off the top or you can play a land and play whatever you hit off the top of your deck. So you're always guaranteeing a hit with the synthesizer. So that's why the cast into fire works. That's why our curve only goes to 2. It doesn't go to 3 at all. And I'm just a big fan of that because it's the crowd control as well against Rally. Spoiler alert, I play against Rally so much in this league, and I do not know why. It's literally, it was flooded, and I was a bit defeated by the end of it. I got my retribution, and they got a little bit lucky sometimes, but so did we, and that's just magic anyway. So I was very happy to have 4 rests for the Wary. I think this is the best life-esque card you can have in this style of build. 1 thraben charm if you want for a bit of versatility, ways to handle with chrysalises and stuff like that outside the Journey to Nowheres, and just the extra relic for those spy combos. We've got the 2 in the main deck, but sometimes want it a little bit more. And I'm getting a little bit off the makeshift munitions, but I'm still running 1 on the sideboard, 1 in the main deck, just because it is good against certain grindy decks and getting all that extra damage. And when you're on turn 20 and you have all your artifact lands out, you can just tap them all and just fling them all, you know? So it has some nice versatility, so I'm keen to try it out in this league anyway. If you do enjoy these videos, please feel free to like and subscribe. You can go through my memberships. I have a membership where if you want to send me a deck, I'll tweak it and then I'll play it through a league or through some matches and we can build on it from there anyway. You can also use code word Siege Ryan when you go through Mana Traders, get a little bit of money off through Mana Traders when you use their loan program. They do have a new loan program, which is their cheapest amount. It's only $13 USD, and they are about 100 credits tickets wise for a deck, but it has a Pauper clause in there where it will go up to 200 tickets. So it plays basically every Pauper deck you want in the format. So, you know, it's basically like a subscription to play any Pauper deck you want online, and I highly recommend it. And why not use my code word? Anyway, let's jam into this league and let's see how we go. And I'm curious to know what you think about HYDRA Assault Robot. Seeing the first one. All right, so we're on the draw here. This hand is sadly not really keepable. We need like another white source, some variety. This hand's better. We're just gonna put back this Glint Hawk because this Journey to Nowhere, if they have stuff for it, we can return it and play it again with, of course, Skyfishes. We're playing against Burn, not the best first gun to play. We will drop the HYDRA because it's a blocker. They can decide to get rid of it if they want to. Then we'll play Limbus. Then we'll play Core Skyfisher. We have to save the Journey to Nowhere for. Let's just see what they go. This might be Rally Red. The Ren's Resolve makes you think they're playing like Rally Red. So, which is probably a smidge better. At least these HYDRAs can kind of get down. So that's all right. That's good as well. So we can go HYDRA Assault Robot. Then we can play the Mouser. Deal some damage, get another blocker, and then hopefully play the Core Skyfisher after. It is dependent if they do play more blockers, then we'll obviously need to do extra stuff, but yeah, there's the Gav Blast, so they can definitely just like fire that away. Yeah, so here I'm more inclined, we might miss a land drop here, but the Mouse is going to save us more in the long run. The other thing as well is we could just play the Core Skyfisher. and then replay the mountain and then block that way. I think what we'll do is we'll actually play the core Skyfisher and we'll just return the mountain and play it. And then I think it's just a little bit spicy, this hand, but essentially we can use this just in case if they play like a bushwhacker or something like that. Yeah, see, they can burning tree into Hornberg, so it'd be good just to block that. And they might even have a Gal Blast for like a bolt for this core Skyfisher. That's what I was thinking about, yeah, along those lines. That's okay. So we just Gal Blast, we can't do anything about that. They'll attack with everything, we'll Gal Blast this burning tree. It's got 4 cards in hand as well, which is a big yuff. Let's just Gal Blast this. We'll take 3. And let's hope we draw... I mean, that's Boros Garrison. I think now we play the Mouser. We pick up the mountain with the Garrison, and the next turn we can go, have a blocker. We can pick it up and play the core Skyfisher, but we're playing massive amounts of damage control here. Like, it's probably a little too late here. The Lemnis's help. We need some life gain, I think. 4 cards is a lot. There's a Tomb Raider. And a Bushwhacker. Alright, we'll... good hands. We just put it in front of like it doesn't matter too much. We're not running Prismatic Strand, so it doesn't make sense just blocking the white creature. So we just block something. We take 2, 4, 6, 9. I mean, they've got 2 more cards left. Any life gain? No. So let's just go HYDRA. And then we'll play the core Skyfisher, pick up the Foundry, and then... So I think we just have to kind of pray they don't have anything else really, which is just unlikely. But alas, next time we're probably just playing and cracking Lembis if we're surviving, but I doubt that. 3 cards is scary, and a blood token as well, so they can look for things. Synth is a good draw. What do they hit? Burning Tree, still very good. Ren's Resolve. Okay, alright. And 2 more cards. They hit a Bolt. And the Festivities. Okay. They might even want to attack here because they can... I mean, it deals 1. And then is that kind of enough? Okay, we'll go to blocks. So what? We can block this. And then they survive. And then we'll take 3, go to 1. And then we can Lembis gain life. Probably the best course of action, to be honest. Now the question for us is, do we just hold off? Mountain's interesting. I think we play Lembis. We might be cracking it, but if we get like to make sure we save targets for that. Always yield. Save targets, always yield. That's not that good. We need life gain. Synth is interesting. Like, we could just play Synth and then use it to get another creature, or we could play... We've got 1 card left. They can play an Emissary. If they draw a Bolt, we're cooked. I think either way, if they draw a Bolt, they're cooked, because we can either sack the Lembis, and then that obviously does stuff, but I think we just play the Mouse of Foundry, get another blocker. Obviously can't attack, we just pass. And then, yeah, they draw something, you know? Which looks like this is what they've done. They got a blood token as well, like... There's lots of, like, Bushwhacker, Hornberg. Is this what it is? No, they're cracking the Synth. Oh, that will do it. Alright, fair enough. I guess that's the option is, like... But even if, like, we did that, crack that, then it would have been enough anyway. They would have dealt 2. I guess we could have blocked this, taken 1. Yeah, so I guess technically the out of that I didn't play around as well. Anyway, we're bringing these cards into Fires. I don't mind munitions, but definitely all these rests for the Worries. The cards that we want to take out, the Relics aren't as good. They don't run as much. We want to get all the burn spells. Thraben Chump's a little bit slower because we've got the cast into Fires. Makeshift is like a bit slower. The mock site goes as well. Journeys are a little bit slower as well. Now we've got the cast into the fire. I think that's the main stuff. Let's just cut probably the journeys, to be honest, and just keep all the, just use the cast into fire. So it's just a lot more of a straight build here. Yeah, we'll run like this. See how we go. And the problem is, like, this artifact land base is has less game life in it. And it's still fun, we'll keep this. We do have to worry about casting to the fire though. Being on the playlist, we can go this into this. Multi 6. In terms of what I've put on this list, I think we've just gone more artifact heavy lands. We do still run a Radiant Fountain and 2 Windscarred Crags. But yeah, we're a lot more susceptible to like just the rally red builds. We're more control-y. But we'll see how we go anyway. If we stabilize, I think we're okay. We have lots of ways to do that. Once we get this Hydra down and of course Skyfisher, I'll be happy, man. Mountain's kind of nice as well. I'm a percussionist, okay. In lightning, alright. So like, I'm kind of open to just use, yeah, with that. We could use the cast into fire and just hit both of them. I think we're playing this Core Skyfisher is probably a bit more of a grosser hand, this one. 3 cards left. I think we just play the core and just honestly just pick up a plains and hold up this Gal Blast. If we don't play a land, we can cast into the fire the Great Furnace. But the percussionist makes things a bit more awkward as well. Yeah, we are just doing full crowd control here. I think we just Gal Blast a ham sandwich. Oh, they're just doing a range resolve. Okay. They got their lands, smash the smithereens and do anything here. They're not really going to attack, which makes sense. Alright. Now our turn. I mean, Crag's good because we can use that with Boros Garrison. We just play this and pass. Probably just cast into the fire or something. But even with this mull, I don't love my odds. We kind of need to draw like a rest for the wary. I mean, really, I want to draw a synthesizer off the top into a Glint Hawk. That is indestructible. Maybe they're just doing it just to deal the 3, I guess. Yeah, honestly, let's just like do 1 to both of these. They got to go at some point anyway. It's still technically a 2-for-1 on that thing. So a synth and a synth. Oh, okay, and a epicure. Pretty good. What if I want to do the synth here? I probably would just play the epicure to be honest and hold synth for next turn. Yeah, yep, makes sense. All right, double Gal Blast is not where we want to be. I think we even just like, we really need to draw some meat here. We haven't really drawn any meat. I think we attack now. And we just Gal Blast these ham sandwiches. We're pretty far away from using them for anything else. I think we just use them for crowd control. Slowly whittle them down. I feel like as soon as we draw a synth, we're coming in for some good stuff. And they seem to be flooded as well, so play the synth. We probably just won't use the Gal Blast on the Epicure, that's all. Let's just deal with this. It's more like this synth can be a 2/2, and I'd rather just hit that, to be honest. Cards into the fire. Sure. Again, I'd rather hit the 2/2 from this. But our clock is already kind of better, and the Windscar Craig replaces this attack anyway. 2 cards left. Can I have a synth, please? No, another land. Alright, we'll play this. I think we still get in. We win this clock. We have lots of good draws. Lots and lots of good draws. They've been very flooded here. Very, very flooded. Yeah. We'll definitely target this Samurai token. Don't get me wrong, it's a very good hit here. And before we go to 10, now suddenly they're doing quite well. We need to draw, not a land. Even Lembas is good at this point. We can't do much. We need to survive. That's what we need to do. And I don't feel really good attacking here because their clock's the same as ours now. We're on 10. Percussionist. Hopefully they don't have another bushwhacker. It's a bit how's your father if that's the case. We're blocking that. They can have whatever, but we've both been pretty flooded this game. Out blast. I would assume they just want to fire this off, yeah, on the Skyfisher. Well, they can. Alright, there. Give me a synthesizer. Null land is not where we want to be. I'm not playing these artifact lands. I feel like they have a smash or something like that as well. And I don't really matter for Metalcraft. We can keep them as well for the HYDRA Assault. Not a great start for the villain here. Yeah, we just played another land pass. The bog's not important really. And I have a feeling they have a Fire Blast on because they've been holding on to something, so I think it's just lethal here now. Nah, just lands. That's unlucky. Alright. Let's go to a round 2. Alright, so we're on the draw, but this hand is like filled with interaction, so I'm happy to keep this, and you know, the synth can help us find something. We're playing against this deck again. So we'll start with a Great Furnace, and I think we're just bolting. You need to save our life as much as possible in this early game. Great Furnace helps. Red mana doesn't matter as much here. They obviously don't have the Tomb Raider, which is good. That's their best play. Yeah, if they're attacking, I just want to get rid of it. Another Percussionist. Sadly, we will just have to bolt one. I could wait. Let's just save on this first, because they might not have another land, and then we just bolt an end step. They don't. Okay. I kind of want to save these then, to be honest. I don't really want to use them. Just go land and pass. And then next turn we'll go synth, and then hopefully we can draw something good, like a core Skyfisher. Their hand's a lot more slowed down if they're just attacking for 3 every turn. You know, we can. I don't really want to get rid of them. The Radiant Fountain helps here, and this slows down the game so much, which is crazy. By the way, 4, 8, 12, 15, 18. Well, there you go. We just need to deal 2 damage to them, and then we have lethal. Alright, we hit a plains. We will play the plains. I'm actually just going to bolt. I'm actually going to Gale Blast them, to be honest, because if we draw another bolt, which can happen, we can cook them here. So, they draw their other mountain. If they go Bushwhacker, we are going to hit, obviously, one of them. That being a Bushwhacker. They did draw Tomb Raider, so we're going to bolt that now. It's a very interesting selective choice that we've done here, but alas, we got to do what we got to do. Now, my problem is with this in this turn, playing Epicure, is that we want to obviously, well, hopefully we just draw a core Skyfisher. We draw a Great Furnace. So I want to fire this off, I think, first. And then we can just do the red source. Reason being is I wouldn't mind hitting okay, a synth is interesting. We definitely play the synth off this furnace. So we can get a 2/2 next turn. You almost got correct. That's sad. If only it was the other way around. Okay, we'll pass. We're definitely blocking something, but hopefully it's just not a bushwhacker. Bushwhacker, no good. 4, 8, 12, 15, 17, yeah, not enough. Alright. Looks like they have a bushwhacker here as well. Everyone's playing Rally. Had Fire Blast. Okay, fair call. Alright, let's try and pull it back. So same sideboardings before. The journeys aren't as good. We'll bring in the cast into the fires. Rest for the Faeries. And hopefully we just draw a ham sandwich this time around. We'll cut the Motor Moxite, Relics, and the Charm as well. One more card. Oh, your Makeshift. Yep, a lot more streamlined now. And hopefully we just draw the Lembuses or the Synths, get a good start, and hopefully the rest can save us as well. Good old Rest for the Wary. Gaining 8 life for us. Yet to see it, but you know, that's okay. This hand's good. We got life gain, we got interaction, we got a Mouse Foundry. Start with some life gain. So go ahead. And then hopefully we just draw some Core Skyfisher. Again, we can just be very controlling in this deck. And then win that way. You know what I mean? I don't want to play the Great Furnace yet because they do run cards such as Cast into the Fire as well, like we saw last game. We'll definitely block that one. Golden Tomb Raider. We're definitely blocking the Percussionist. I know they could hit a land off this, but I think the fact that they must have a very good hand as well. And the Festivities, right? Not as good against us. There's a land. Let's just go Great Furnace. And we played Landfall, so we'll play Rest now. And pass. We're definitely going to be bolting that. And then, you know, we have 2 more lands. We can eventually do the forbidden side of this Mouse Foundry, which is to sacrifice an artifact to deal 3 damage to something. Definitely just bolting that though. Then back to us. All right, Lembus is what we wanted to draw. So hopefully we can just hit a Core Skyfish off this. That is going on the bottom. No more lands, please. All right, Lightning Bolt. Let's go land and say go. We want to hold the Lembus as well because we might want to be doing Core Skyfisher with the Lembus. Playing Ginger Brute. This sounds crazy, but I'm actually going to bolt this because I just want to survive. Okay, HYDRA Bot's nice. Assault Robots, we'll play that. We'll play our Ancient Den. Why hold into lands as well. And we will just pass the turn. So we're likely just going to be firing off this Mouse Foundry to just destroy a creature, I think. Good one. Good one. We can't redirect it, sadly. We'll let them attack for 1 because we can Mouse Foundry, which is such a sad way to spend your turn 6, but you know, it is what it is. Another Mouse Foundry. I think we still fire off because we got the other one. It just, they might want to, if they draw like a land, then they might be hitting this Lembus. Pretty sure that's, yeah. We just pass. We could technically have done that on their turn, but I think it's fine just doing it now. Let's just block that. Nah, you know what? Let's just take it. And we'll attack with our Mouse of Foundries now. Alright, that's good as well. We'll attack for 1. If we can get like 1 game off them, eh? Because that's what it feels like in these games. So, look at this. Always yield, save targets. Always yield to this as well. Alright, pass the turn. If they want to attack, it's fine with me. Alright, they're lightning bolting that as a fair cop. Again, if they attack though, yeah. I'm feeling like we still have reach in our hand, you know what I mean? And we can gain more life and we can just hit that with the Mouse of Foundry. So let's hold on to that because we might draw another HYDRA Assault. And we'll just slowly win this war this way. We need to draw our core Skyfishes and or Glinthawk, so if we do as well, like I don't think we're even targeting the Mouses because they had the Festivities in their deck. Alright, we're just targeting that one, aren't we? Alright, there we go. The beatdown is here, opponent. It's in the form of 1/1s with no Hydra. Well, let's attack. Let's just get in there. And we only need to do a little bit more now. We've got 7 damage in our hand. And the Festivities. That's so mean. They can crack in for 1, that's fine. Because if we draw a, we'll hold that for the Hydra. If we draw a Hydra. If we draw, they haven't not drawn a mountain. I have to say, it's crazy they haven't drawn a mountain. Yeah, that's insane. It's turn 10 and they're just on a. That's insane that they haven't drawn a mountain because they probably have absolute fire in their hand. Absolutely nuts. We're just saying they run 18 mountains, but they don't run any 2-drops. Oh, they F6 through it. Okay, we got the other Gout Blast. So now we have lethal next turn. Kind of worth it to play the Rustveil Bridge now. Let's just play the Rustveil Bridge so we have that other artifact and we'll pass. See what they do. It's 4/8, it's 11 damage. I mean, technically, this is they could gain life off this, but they get in and then we'll just yeah. This is why we kept everything in our hand, just took the damage because I feel like this was our route to win anyway. So 1, 2, 3, yep. Gout Blast, and then our turn. Then I mean that's why we kept those as well. There we go. All right. Game 3. Felt bad for that one. That one's very weird. Let's just run it back. I could put munitions in. Doesn't feel as good than anything else that we're running though. It's pretty sleek now. Our deck. We need some good hits. I haven't seen a Glinthawk yet. I think that'd be good with the synthesizer. Right, on the draw as well, this is a lot scarier, this hand. I think we mull it. We want at least 2 lands in our hand. Oh, it's a big yield. We have to go to 5. They've mulliganed, they've kept 7. This is definitely more doable. I'm less inclined to take this as well. Because we'll cast into the fire. At least we can crag. Yeah, we can crag into or Skyfish should pick up the crag if we want to. But the hands haven't lined up as we've wanted them, I don't think. It's just the cat. All right. They just want to hang out. That's what they want to do. They got their other land now. Right, Mouse of Foundry. I am more inclined to play that. Do a block for that, and then we can return it. And then we can play the rest on the following turn. Sure. We got a lot more bolts now. %, blocking this if we can, or blocking that instead. Oh no, yep, fair enough. Bit of crowd control. Block with Percussionist. They do need that other land though. Oh, pretty good. We will still play Core Skyfisher, and we just cast it to fire next turn. This makes a lot of blockers. Play Mountain. Go. Reason we're playing that is obviously if we draw the Hydra, then we can do the Hydra shenanigans. And then next turn, I mean, we probably want to still do the casting to the fire. They're playing Percussionist. We definitely want to block that, and we'll block that with the Core Skyfisher. We have to rest next turn though. Suplexing that, okay. Still kind of fine because we can. Yeah, do they want to attack with both? Yeah, they just attack with the monkey. We're definitely blocking that. Right, deck, give me something good. Lightning Bolt. Well, that's not exactly that good, but we will play this rest while we can, while they're tapped out. We go up to 20, and then play the Mouse of Foundry. Save this cast into 5 for a rainy day. Force them to spend some mana. There's Epicure. At least now we can ping those two. Alright, just a Rust for our bridge. We will play that so we can mouse if we want to. Let's attack. If they Blood Fountain them, we will chain cast into the fire, both those. Well, they probably have Galvanic Blast in their hand as well, which is an option. They don't really need to do that because we don't have a blocker and we can't Mouse a Foundry this turn. Another Ginger Brute. Okay. Well, let's target both the Ginger Brutes with the cast into the fire. They can obviously gain, although this is when they tap actually. So yeah, we can cook both of these, which is nice. And honestly, I almost just want to bolt the other one as well. But anyway, we'll hit those, we'll take one. Let's just hold on to the bolt for now and hit a 2-2 if it comes up. We kind of like got rid of the whole idea of us losing all that life from the lava spikes and stuff just by having the Mouse of Foundry. We're going to use the Mouse of Foundry, so let's just attack for 1. And on their turn, we'll sack it to deal 3, get a Mouser. If they have the end of festivities, that is fine. But we want a better clock now. I definitely feel it coming though. I think we haven't seen much else, so it makes me think they do have an end of festivities. Another Epicure, all right. We've got land. I guess we just play it anyway. We have no way to really cycle through it. I guess we're gonna hold it if we drew a rest for the worry. I probably should have held that Plains. Let's attack. Like they would have end the festivities. We'll attack for 2, and we'll play the other Mouse of Foundry, I guess. This is pretty good for a multi-5, to be honest. Probably what I want to draw is honestly a synthesizer and then chain them through the Glint Hawks. It's going to feel a lot better. They have so many cards in their hand, which makes you think they either have A, Fire Blast, or B, Cast into the Fire. And it never feels good getting rid of the Mouse of Foundry because it leaves the battlefield, so you still get the 1/1. And they probably don't want to hit 2 robot tokens because it's part of the Mouse of Foundry. We've slowly like crept back with our value, I feel. I do think they have like multiple Gale Blasts in their hand. They're not cracking their blood tokens, you know? Anyway, let's attack with everything. And we just run back exactly what we were doing before, where we just crack the Mouse of Foundry. On end step, keep this bolt up for something, just in case. Okay, they might have lethal here now. Maybe. Bolting end step. Right, now they're using the blood tokens. Discarding a mountain. They don't have Metalcraft now. They must be pretty flooded. We have a long way to go to win. But I mean, that rest of the row game, that's 8 lives, so we should... We're on a virtual 5, but instead we're on 13. Again, wishing that I didn't... didn't play that land in case we draw another rest. Another blood token, discarding a ginger brute. Okay. I feel like they kind of have two, like I definitely feel like they have a fire blast in their hand per se. I'm kind of fine just hitting this now. If they have an end of festivities, it's fine, I think. We need to be a little bit more risky and kind of shore up the game quickly. Oh, yeah, they haven't done anything there. Okay, Lembas is fantastic draw. There's no changes to our attacks. We'll attack with the robot tokens. And I'm more inclined to go Mountain Plains in case they have some Chain Lightnings, which they probably cut, to be honest. But anyway, let's play Lembas. Gains life as well, so I'm feeling better now. You can see kind of how I mean is like with their deck, we want to... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll put that on top. That's nice. We do 4. This is 4. Yeah. Let's just pass the turn. And if they get rid of everything, then we can just do a Mouse of Foundry. But we've got to 16. Plenty of bolts. The robot tokens can kind of get there. All we need to do is just get in with 1 once. Alright, they've been a little bit flooded. What they have. Yeah, I'll redirect. Because that means we can beat them. Yeah, so now we can Gale Blast and Lightning Blast them. Yeah, it's a fair cop. We're not going to redirect, that's fine. We'll go to 7. They have to put lethal on the stack and they have 2 mountains left, so they have to either do Fire Blast, Fire Blast. They have 2 burn spells essentially, so we can just burn them in response. So, love a good Chain Lightning situation. And we have Lembas as well, so we can attack for 4. Let's just attack for 4 first. Alright. Have the Windscarred Crag. And now we can Lembas plus Bolt, so we should have this up now. Lightning Bolt you. Yep, there we go. GG's. Alright, let's jump to the other one. Alright, we're on the play, which is good. Let's see what this opening hand looks like. It's pretty lackluster, to be honest. Yeah, we got some Mouse of Foundries and whatnot, but we don't have any of our do something cards. So let's just mull this. This is better. This is way better. Let's put it back as Synth. I think 2 Synths is a bit how you doing. And I like the idea of this makeshift munitions, you know, depending on what we play against. They're going to 5. 4. Yuff. Yuff, yuff. I mean, they could just be playing Spy Combo and they'll just cook us, but you know. Alright, so they're keeping. Let's do Rotsvale Bridge Pass. And our turn, we'll just play Lembas and try and get some more land drops. Oh, we're playing against Rally. We're playing against Rally Red for the 3rd time in a row. Man, I'm tired, man. I'm tired. Let's keep the Great Furnace again because we can just run into the Hydra. We've got other lands, so I'll take a Hydra off the top. Glenhawk's fine, and it means we can actually synth next turn. It's probably what we're going to do is play Glint and replay the Limbus, just shore up some more lands, and then we'll be right as rain. But everyone's playing Rally Red so much. I guess it's just people do that with an unknown meta. They just jam Rally Red all buggery. 3 Epicures, okay. That Mouser hand was actually very good to keep. So if we draw a Mouser Foundry, that'd be fantastic. Forest Garrison, okay. We're still going to just Glint Hawk the Lembus. And then we'll set up a turn where we're doing the synth on the following turn. So land, play Lembus. Game 1 I don't feel as good about though. I like the Hydra. I want the Hydra on top. I'm going to play the Hydra. Yeah, I want to play the Hydra into like... Of course, Skyfish are probably picking up Lembus now. Let's make things a little bit more awkward. What do they hit? Great Furnace is a good hit. They have 1 card left in their hand. They did mull to 4. Alright, the Sun, the Choo Choo Train. Let's play this Hydra, I think, is what we want to do. There's a world that we kind of want to get both our blockers down. We're not taking any more damage. The untapped land's obviously good. Glint Hawk is a very good hit as well. Wild. We'd definitely be cooked if they have 3 more cards in their hand, which they definitely can. Alright, so... Yeah, look, I think we're just playing the Hydra. And then we just pick up a mountain. It's definitely a way to just like go through most of our deck here. Play this. Pick up the mountain. And let's just chain some crazy synth draws, eh? Get some Radiant Fountains, Windscar Crags going, you know? Thraben Charm feels like a fish out of water. They might even have like I was going to say a Gal Blast for this HYDRA robot. They have... This Assault Robot has never stuck so far. We're playing against Rally Red for the 3rd time in a row though, which is wild. Alright, let's play Synth. Let's try and get some absolute action in play. So we will go Synth first. Alright, deck. Ancient Den. Alright. Let us still go for Skyfisher, pick up the synthesizer. Mouse of Foundry. I definitely want to play that, and we will, because that is a blocker. Alright, pass the turn. We're on 10, technically 13. I want to find more Lembuses. We need to gain some life. I'm feeling better about where we are. A Bushwhacker, I feel less better. I might just crack the synth here, yeah. And they hit a Gingerbrute. Okay. Can't really attack. So on our turn, I'm kind of intrigued to just actually fire off this Mouse of Foundry on that and just get a blocker. Maybe we just get him for 2. The other option is we can play... We can actually munitions. Maybe we just drop munitions. Drop munitions, play that, and then we can go bing, bang. I think we do need to attack, which is the other thing. The Thraben Charm's not getting much use though either. Let's attack for 2 in the air with the Corsair Fisher. I want to hold onto the Scout Blast because I think we're going to need it to finish off this game. We can shoot. We can just shoot here, get a 1/1. Maybe just do that instead. Save this munitions. And then next turn just go crazy on the synth. Yeah, and we hold up this Gale Blast as well and see what we... You know, we can thraben charm something, Gale Blast another thing. As I was thinking, like, we could just go makeshift munitions and then Gale Blast, thraben charm, finish off your board, continue with our life. 2 cards now. We do get dangerously close. This is what I was kind of worried about. It was fine for them to obviously play that. And then we get there. Guess the Mouse Foundry does the same thing. And what? So I mean, 4's getting through. We're going to 6. It's not as fun as Richard Garfield intended. It's technically, it might be like too much of a slow play doing this. We shoot this. Guess maybe we just use this Gale Blast then. Shoot that, and maybe, yeah, I think we just use the Gale Blast to hit something else. Go to blocks. I think we use this Gale Blast, to be honest. And just try and like get something bigger going with this synth. I'd rather not use a Gale Blast here, but here we are. Alright, we're on 8. Hopefully they don't just draw loads and loads of Fire Blasts. Although they can't even do that anyway, they need another mountain. I think we're just going to play munitions here. I wouldn't mind getting the 2/2 off the synthesizer now. They're probably thinking about bolting this. I can see. Alright. What do we hit? What do we hit? Lightning bolt. Well, let's just get rid of this then. I'm still going to activate this now and see if we hit anything else fun. Because the 2/2 I think is pretty important here. If we hit a Glinthawk, we can turn this Lembus. Alright, let's get a 2/2. Play this. And yeah, let's just play out this munitions. Use our mana probably the best. We'll attack for 2. The next turn, there's no way, like they need literally Gale Blast, Fire Blast. No, they can't Fire Blast. They need double Gale Blast to actually win from here on this turn. So our shields are down here. Did they actually draw the other Gale Blast? I was at the odds of that. My brain, I did the calculations before. I'm like, literally the odds of them drawing the second Gale Blast is so low. But I guess that's that was their win con there. All right, let's go to game 2. I don't necessarily think like we played that wrong. I think we played it fine. And I wanted to progress our board state where we could attack and then actually play with his makeshift munitions next turn. But I guess maybe we just played a bit too greedy and we shouldn't play the makeshift munitions there. I mean, it's not that advantageous in this build anyway. Like, we want to kind of cut it in these matchups. Absolutely wild in, though. That was the out. But this is magic, isn't it? The thraben charm. Alright, literally the same sideboarding as last time. We're just playing against a gauntlet. We're just playing against 3 rally players. Alright, we're on the play. let's try and do better in this game 2 here. We'll have to mull this hand. New lands. This hand's very good. We'll keep this. We're going to bottom a synth. Good interaction. I wouldn't mind drawing something a little bit extra. We're probably even just going to... Sorry, synth. You have to go away. A Glinthawk would be a fantastic draw. We're going to go mountain first because we're likely just going to be going mountain. Mountain bolt, whatever you play. And then... Yeah, because we don't have any other lands, I do want to follow it up with the rest for the Wary now. Unless we draw a land, then I will hold back the cast into the fire. Honestly, we could even just cast into fire the Great Furnace, which I'm kind of into. Oh, that's a good draw. I think we go a little bit crazy. I think we're going to draw another land in the near future. Let's just get rid of this and see if this really affects them. Because it slows them down. They might be very, yeah, okay, percussion is a good hit here. A land here would be good. Be very good. I prefer to play the synth in a different spot, but I think that's fine. Alright, we drew a bolt. I think we are just firing off the synth now. Let's just try and get some more lands. That's why nothing really matters until we get more lands. So that's the name of the game. Alright, there we go. Alright. We are going to play this Glint Hawk. I know we lose a synth play here, but we can just replay the synth anyway. And we weren't going to be able to bolt or anything like that. That's fine. Next turn now we can play the synth. We have 2 drops, so like literally anything we get off the top we can play this synth. So I'm happy with that. There's a land we can rest. Otherwise we can just do a bolt. Alright, they're bushwhackering here. We are not going to block this. We are not going to block this. It's fine that they are doing this. We'll probably keep the glint on the back burner here. My gosh, that's good. That's a good draw. But we are going to just fire off this synth first. A land would be nice. Lembus is also nice. Yeah, we'll keep this on top. I actually want to kind of hold it though, so we can go land, rest, cast into the fire. So we're actually going to pass. Which sounds crazy, but I think we pass. We'll see what they do. If they play another bushwhacker, we're blocking. We're just blocking the ham sandwich at this point. That is fine with me. I don't think they actually meant to bring in Reckless Impulse against us. Not gonna lie. They're both some good hits. Alright, they're not doing anything. They don't have another land. So this hitting the Great Furnace kind of like actually worked here. Alright, let's play this. And let's just rest with the Wary now. Attack for 2. We'll gain 8 life. And let's attack for 2. Because I feel like we can kind of get there. I feel like we can kind of get there. And we can just cast into the fire these two potatoes here. We're on 23 now. 7 bits of burn. 26 technically. The next turn we can just like get the samurai going. I'm hoping they just play an emissary and then they're going to probably just try and Gale Blast this. Or maybe they Gale Blast our face. But that's not even that good. It's just 2 damage. Alright, there's the emissary. And I assume they're just going to Gale Blast this because that's what they hit. It is. We will just do this here. The damage. Bing, bang. Tap these. See you later, alligator. And again, a land's probably a good draw to be honest, because then we can still play everything off the top if we want to, and or play the synth. I think a glint would be my favorite play here. Anyway, we'll do this first. 1, 2, 3. Get a 2/2. Four, 8, 11. All right, we are definitely just going to fire off on this emissary here. We're going to hold onto the planes because again, if we draw a rest, we want to be able to get the extra life off of it. Okay, we're just trading pieces here. That was it was literally, I mean, they got their card off a card There's also 2-for-1s going on, but like the 2-for-1 game, our deck does very well against. We're playing synths and stuff, you know. There we go. There's their synth. It's almost worth it just to kick that, to be honest. Yeah, they're just kicking it. Okay. Well, that's where our bolt's going. This Lembus, we're never cracking unless they target it with something. So, yep, in for 2. We have to use up all our bolts for crowd control. Alright, Lembus is a fine draw. Give me a core Skyfisher off the top. That's what I want to see. I'll even take a Hydra. There we go. I'll take a Hydra. Put on top. Alright. I'm not as phased. Let's still play this Hydra. I want to keep this land for the rest, like I said. And it brick walls that anyway. They can burn our Hydra if they want to. We're on 21. But if our Hydra hits a bolt, that's also fine. That saves us a lot of life. These synth tokens are gonna be a little bit of an issue since they start drawing more lands. Golden Tomb Raider, okay. An Epicure as well. Probably gonna be using one of these bolts on one of these spots here. They have a Gap Blast as well. Okay. In for 3. We've got 1 card left, but these synths obviously are going to be making it a little bit harder for us. We do need to, I think we need to draw a core Skyfisher now, so we have very good blocks or a glint. The land is not what the doctors ordered. We will play 1 land. And then honestly, after that, I think we're just going to be bolting the Tomb Raider and probably even bolting one of the synth tokens. And they got another synth off the top. That's huge. Well, I lied because they're doing a lot better of a job of grinding than us. That's for sure. And they had the land for that. Yikes. All right, we're going to hit the 2 Tomb Raiders then. But yeah, if we don't draw something soon, a synth into core Skyfisher is what we want to do here. But these synths are just going to wreck us otherwise. I'm just stemming the bleeding. Come on, deck. Let's get back into this value train now. That's what we need to do. Gap Blast is not the way to do it. We'll hold on to our land again. We're going to be staying alive for a little bit at least, but we really need a core Skyfisher big time. There's no point in cracking the Lembuses either, because if they do draw something that gets rid of a Lembus, and we play another core Skyfisher, if they can get rid of the other Lembus, then it's not good. So you need to kind of keep both. Okay. Hopefully not into anything else. No, we're just gonna honestly just Galvanic Blast the Samurai token. But yeah, we need synths now. We need our own synths to come back into this game. We've literally been outgrinded by Mono Red Rally. We're drawing a lot of bolts. Well, status quo. We've drawn a lot of bolts in a row. I'm drawing more. If they hit us a Bushwhacker, we're just cooked. The power just like a bunch of 2/2s, eh? They got a Percussionist. I think we're just cooked here now. They probably just cracked the blood token. Yikes. Yikes, yikes. Alright, deck. I think now we do crack one of these. Because we won't have the mana later on. I don't think we have the luxury of that now. And we just need to draw a literally called Skyfisher into rest or a Glinthawk or no, that's not going to do it. Look, this is 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and they've got 2 cards in hand. This, sadly, I think we just drew the wrong part of our deck this time around. Yeah, a little bit away from anything important there. Let's try another one. All right, on the play, please, Magic Gods. I do not want to play against Rally Red again. Look, this hand's good. This hand's good. It's a little bit slow, but if they do have some interaction, we can at least just go bolt something, and then we play Garrison, but at least then we can play our other stuff. In worst case, we can just play this Relic out. It's turn, if they don't do anything. Okay, I'm very happy to see an island, to be honest. What we're going to be doing is, honestly, I'm just going to bolt that now, and then play the Boros Garrison. And say pass, and then an our turn, depending on what they do, we can just bolt again. I don't really care about playing this relic. I'll play the synth when we're doing the other stuff. That's nice, but again, I want to save this bolt. Let's just pass, see what they do. All right, nothing. All right. Faeries here, very good. Honestly, I'll probably just be bolting that if they don't do anything else specific. So otherwise, I think they're going to be coming in with, I think they got a Sprite here, which I'm kind of fine with. Like, I want them to counter this. Okay. They don't do anything else with that. Well, let's just play Synth. See what they do. They are counterspelling that. Okay, if they're counterspelling, then let's just play the Foundry here. Problems for us will be if they go Fairy into counterspell. Land's nice, let's attack. Means we can double call Skyfisher at least, so we'll attack for 1. Play call Skyfisher. This is the matchup where you want to take out the Journey to Nowheres, because the sorcery speed sideboarding is not that good. The cast into the fights and elementals, we just like bring in more premium removal. Got the relics. Okay, so they must have double Sprite then, I guess. They do have double Sprite. Okay, well they definitely counter that. My problem being now, I mean this was risky because we have an untapped land. We could have just bolted one, but anyway, let's just. The problem here is that they can go Ninja now and then return one. That's okay. They got 1 card left, so we have a fair bit left. We can just play the Mouse of Foundry. They had to play that for its full cost. Got land. 2 cards left. Can't really attack. I think still next turn we're going to just try and play this Mouse of Foundry again. We will attack. Okay, they're attacking both. So this tells me that they definitely have a ninja, but they're just replacing one ninja for the other. Yeah, picking up. Well, they do this, but we still have, like, we can go Mouser, Core Skyfisher. And we can double block this next turn anyway. The bolt will be extra nice. Anyway, let's just play Mouse of Foundry. Honestly, let's just play all our stuff. Play this. Turn the Mouse of Foundry. So now we can block this ninja as much as we want to. Play this out. Let's just attack for 4. And now our board state's like a lot better than theirs. Can't really attack with that. We know they have a spell set of Sprite. Let's play the mouse and see what they do. Okay. In this case now, let's attack with the core Skyfishes. So it tells me they don't have a fairy, they don't have counter spells. They must have just like mono islands. And then on our turn, we can, now we have mana to essentially use this Mouse of Foundry. And we will play this land. Maybe just exile this now to just draw. Just in case if we get something interesting, like a bolt or something. Well, that's no fun. But at least this Mouse of Foundry can just hit this Ninja of the Deep Hours. Everyone's playing, okay, they're playing that. Kind of fine with me. I mean, those are good hits, don't get me wrong. That's one way to fix what you have going on, Alright. I was just gonna get Ninja into play again, it looks like. No, okay. I don't think we really need anything else to win this game, so I'm actually going to Zen Ninjutsu. They do run their bounces. I think again we just attack the core Skyfishes. And then next turn we can go for like an Alpha Strike on their end step and make them spend mana if they want to bounce their stuff. And then we can always Mouse of Foundry another Ninja in play if we want to. But we're on 18, like we've got five robots in play and a spell starter sprite. Yeah, we just have too many robots. Too many robots, dude. So, Red Blasts come in. Munitions is kind of interesting here. Let's just cut the other chaff first. We'll cut down on the Hydras. I don't think they're needed as much. Hold on to that. Get rid of this. Get rid of the journeys. The relics. Throw the mouse that came out accidentally. That. Get rid of the relics. So maybe we do bring in like the makeshift munitions. It is pretty like, yeah, it's pretty good. I don't think we want thraben charms journeys. Yep, all good. Let's run it. Run it back. Loads of removal and the bolts help anyway. It's all quite efficient. Yes, this hand's good. I'm still thinking we start with this tap land, I think. Nah, honestly, I think we just control the board so never play Ninja in their life. Is probably the play. Especially if they go one drop, and then we can still go like Gal Blast into Red Blast or whatever. The scrying bottom. Okay, bodes well for us. Just get rid of it. Pass the turn. Okay, and then yeah, we're likely just going to be going. Oh, Garrison's kind of worth it. I kind of actually just want to Red Blast this so we can play Garrison. Nah, it's not worth it. Let's just play this. We'll pass the turn, and we'll see how they want to play with this Miscreant. If they want to play a Ninja in, then we can just Red Blast it. You can get him for one, that's fine. Okay. Untap land is interesting. I kind of want to play the synth first. If that probably sounds crazy. But I want to keep up Red Blast. I think they can sprite if they want to. We'll probably even use the Red Blast here to be honest. Still sabotage, that's fine. Let's play this Garrison, pick up this Furnace. And just pass the turn. And then next turn we can play the Mouse of Foundry. You got 3 cards in hand. Once they are doing some damage to us. All right, they seem to be very flooded here. Let's just play this Mouse of Foundry. They can counterspell the crap out of that. That's fine with me. We'll just go Great Furnace, pass. And then next turn we can go Mouse of Foundry again, call Skyfisher. Otherwise, we're just going to go and play call Skyfisher. We can really blow them out depending on what they have. I feel like they have just 2 more permission spells though. Anyway, go Bolt. Let's just go Mouse of Foundry. Alright, that resolves, it's good. Play our Great Furnace and let's play our core Skyfisher and then try and return our Mouse of Foundry. That resolves. Alright, there we go. Get another 1/1 and pass. Now we're cooking with gas. And we got permission up, we got bolt up. I'm feeling very good now. They only got 2 cards in hand. We got another core Skyfisher in the back burner as well. Faeries here. Top bottom, okay. Bind the monster. That's kind of fine to be honest, because we can mouse her and then also call Skyfisher. Let me just bolt this, see what they do here. I want to be able to have my field day with my creatures. Bog's not that good, but we can go this, return this, and play it again. Let's just attack for 2 first. We can actually play it all, to be honest. We'll go call Skyfisher. If all of this resolves, grab this. Yeah, they're seeing they're just getting everything back. Yeah. All right, there we go. We played against a match that wasn't Rally. Jesus. All right, 5th and final round. We're on the play. I just don't want to play against Rally for the 4th time in a row. This hand's fine. It's good. We can play our Windscarred Crag. We have a lens to get Synthesizer to work with the Mouse of Foundry. Everything's looking okay. This is exactly what I want. No, not Rally Red again. That's insane, playing against Rally Red for the 4th time. Oh god. Alright, look, I want the Garrison in place, so let's just bolt this. Play the Garrison. Pick up the Windscarred Crag so we gain life. I'm not happy about this. I'm not happy about this one bit. You can play Synth, that's fine, my dude. Can we get some Retribution and maybe like win this round? They probably yeah, they may as well fire off for 2 damage of that. Alright, we'll play this, play the Mouse of Foundry. We get a little bit of blockers, which is nice. We seem to have a slower go of it this time with the Synth. I'm still uploading this league. Like, this is insane that they've played this many. It just makes me sad. The Ginger Brute, that's okay. Maybe they just make it unblockable. I'll be curious what they do. Yeah, they are making it unblockable. Okay, that's fine. Now on our turn, alright, we are going to play the HYDRA Assault Boy. And then we're actually just going to play the Relic. To be honest, we'll get him for 1. And we're probably just going to Gal Blast like any creature I see, to be honest. If they don't attack, then we're just cycling this Relic Progenitus. I want this Synthesizer to get max value. If we hit a core Skyfisher or a Foundry, I want to be able to play it. So we're holding off. Okay. I mean, now we're getting the spot where we might just want to be... I think we just take 1 here. Actually, this Gal Blast could be 4 damage. We're getting in for 2. Okay. They're playing Axes, the Axe version. Okay. Let's just Gale Blast it now. They probably have a second one kicking around, so we may as well just get rid of this one now. The energy doesn't matter. They're going to be equipping it to another creature, you know, getting it, making it huge. And the Ginger Brute's the scary part. Okay, deck. We are still going to lead with the Synth first. Do all the shenanigans with this, so save targets, always yield. And always yield this. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Is it better to do the Mouse of Foundry? I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. Let's play undo. Let's attack first. They might want to get rid of the assaulty boy. Play this. Let's return the Mouse of Foundry, please. I land. Play the Mouse of Foundry again. 2 more damages. All right, there we go. Now we can cycle this relic and step. The Hydra's doing, and they're sending it to face, which is really scary that they do that. And not just want to Gale Blast the Hydra. 4 cards in hand. It really makes you think they have something scary. I think we just block with the robot token here. First strike is good, man. It's good as. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have enough to also crack what we hit. Alright, cycle through, let's see what we get. An Ancient Den. Well, that's another damage off this Hydra. Okay, let's attack with everything. We're probably just going to be using this Mouser and doing what our Lord intended. We could also, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe we just do this first. Get a 2/2 and just play the other Mouser. Sorry, land. Let's just play this other Mouser token, to be honest. Deal 2 more damage. We can block all their stuff if we want to. And then pretty cook next turn. So we just block out all their stuff. It's really like if they have Gale Blast, Mountain Fire Blast. Okay. Alright. Okay. Well, that makes sense, but also if they want to attack, then we can also use our Mouse of Foundry for offense to get the last bit of damage through. Very good sign if they're bolting our creature here. They probably should have bolted the HYDRA Assault Robot earlier. Not attacking. Me like a lot. Okay. This does pose lethal though for us. Because we just shoot this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then they block 1, then they take 4. And then we attack. Well, they can't block, and then Bob's your uncle, eh? Alright. Some retribution at least. So they're playing the Axes build, so we obviously still want the cast to the fires. It's not as good because they are running the Lackey. But what we're taking out is still the Journey to Nowhere's, the Relics, the Makeshift Munitions feels a little slow, the Modern Moxite feels slow as well, and the thraben Charm also feels slow. And then we run that all back and see how we go. Let's see if they can outground us with the synths, eh? Look, this hand's good. They're keeping 7. It's a little bit slower than I would wish. Or we have blockers. Casting to the Fire is good. Such a good card, that Lucky. Alright, we're just going to land go. Can see it might be a little bit slow because of the mana. Maybe keeping something that had more red in it might be better. But I think we're actually going Lembas next turn and then call Skyfishering that. They definitely have an axe in hand though, and sense it. Rustfale Bridge. Alright, in that case I'm still going this into this. Mountains, interesting. Is that what we want? We've plenty of lands now. I think we do need some rest for the Faeries and what have you into another land. Well, that's not good for us. So next turn we're going to go call Skyfisher and then probably just going to Garrison, pick up an Ancient Den, potentially. If they cast into Fire us, we are pretty cooked. It's maybe a little bit too fast for us. It's a lot of damage. Maybe too fast on the play anyway. Alright, Bog is not where we want to be. We'll just play this, pick up the Lembas. Sorry, Lembas. We'll play our tap land. Say go. And then even next turn we can go probably should play the HYDRA into Lembas. We got another synth. I'm happy for them to just play synths out. I feel like they had that mountain hand and okay, that's fine. I assume they attack with everything as well. I probably would. They don't. Okay. Alright, okay. Let's play our HYDRA and then we'll play the Mouse of Foundry as well. We do need a next turn. I'm keen to rest for the Wary. I have to save targets here. Target that. Again, save targets, always yield. Yield. Yeah, it's still quite a tall order. We can't really attack. If they don't want to target this HYDRA Assault Robot, we can do the same thing as last time and go a bit crazy with it. Which is the intended plan anyway. They have a lot of grind here. A lot of grind, but we have a lot of blockers. And the Percussionist I'm not as worried about. It's kind of better to do that after the fact because I would have blocked a little bit differently. Got one card left, so you... Alright, they're galving that. Okay. Well, let's just block the Ginger Brute. And what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we do go to 7, which is low. We'll cast on 5 for 2 creatures. Start with the Lembas. That's what we hit. I think we want Mouser. Just more blockers, I think, is key. Play this, pick up the an Ancient Den. They got 0 cards. We're blocking stuff still, that's for sure. We're probably blocking the Percussionist, to be honest. I mean, it's likely going to turn into like a big creature though, but they got 3 synths. They got multiple ways to end this game. We really need to hit like a big rest off the top or something like that. That's kind of good for us. Them hitting a mountain and they hit a Ginger Brew, which they can do unblockable. But double Lembas as well. We have crowd control for stuff, like don't get me wrong. I think we're just blocking here and blocking here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and we go to 3. And that's kind of fine. I mean, it's going to have to be fine, essentially. And they hit another Tomb Raider. Okay. How much mana do we have? I mean, that's like literally our best draw. So let's play this Ancient Den again. Make us gain 8. We've got 4 mana left. We've got 11 mana, so if we play Lembas... Let's just play Lembas and see what we draw, but we're likely just using this cast into fire. Because we can block a 2-2, and then that can go on top. Holy moly. We'll do that next turn, I think, because turn coming we can block like a Tomb Raider. and then no, sorry, we block the Samurai token, and then just deal 1 to that and deal 1 to a Gingerbrute. Epicure, okay, all right. We're cooking here, that's for sure. Don't draw a Bushwhacker. Bushwhacker's pretty cooked. They drew a Bushwhacker. Is this lethal? I think this is lethal. So what, we hit this and this, then 3, 6, 9, 11. I think we have to block a 3, 2, right? So let's just, so if we cast into fire, target this and this, and there was 3, 6, 9, 12. Block one's 10. Very impressive. Casting the fire gains us 4. It's the same as if we were to. It was a very good hit. I mean, this is what the rally deck does, right? Is it even worth it to show them this? So if we go bing, bing, block this, take 3, 6, 9, 11. It's just lethal no matter what. I block. Oh no, sorry, no. Yeah, it is, sorry. So if we block, if we get rid of these 2, then it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So get rid of those. Block here. 1, 2, 5. Those block there. Yeah, it's exactsies. I mean, this is the like the 10th game we played against Rally, and now it was their out was that on top, which like it is what it is. We'll run back. I feel we were coming back there though. We had lots of life gain. We used all our mana as well. I don't really know where we could have cracked like our Lembas. Where we could have, it's hard to know. And we rest for the Wary there as well. I mean, if we did the rest for the Wary again, we would have lived. This is a good hand. This is a good hand. We can Radiant Fountain, then we can Boros Garrison, bring back the Radiant Fountain. Multiple ways to handle the other stuff. You know, like, let's see how this goes. My gosh. What a matchup, you know. Untapped land would be better here, so we can at least play a Lembas first. Alright, we are definitely just going to play this Boros Garrison and pick up this Radiant Fountain. And then next turn we can go Radiant Fountain, Lembas, pick it up with Glenhawk. Or if we feel really adventurous, we can, you know, cast into the fire some 1-drops if they do have 1-drops. Yeah, I mean, it might honestly be better just to do that, to be honest. No, let's use our mana. Let's use our mana in Radiant Fountain. We do have lots of that though. So if we just go Rustvale Bridge, it's better if they play Bushwhacker then. If we go tap land and then we just go bing bing, and it would take 5. I think that's technically better. Let's just do that. Because if they don't Bushwhacker, then it's better that we play the Glenhawk and Lembas, but at least the Cast into Fire can do more stuff here. Yeah. Bing bing. Take 2, and then yeah, we can play this Glenhawk, play the Radiant Fountain. That's fine. That is fine with me. There's going to be more lands, hopefully, where that comes from with our Lembasai. Alright, they're not doing anything else. Okay. Alright, deck. That is also nice. I kind of actually just want to bolt that. No, it's still probably better to Glenhawk. Because they likely, like, they don't have Cast into Fire, so this won't be sacrificed. I'm going to put this on the bottom, so I don't mind another land, and we're going to pick up this Lembas anyway. I'm thinking we still block the Tomb Raider if it comes up. Well, now it's definitely not coming up. We're probably going to be playing Lembas and then kicking the Bushwhacker. So they did have a Bushwhacker. Maybe they just drew that as well, was the other thing. Don't get me wrong, it's some good hits. They got 2 cards left. All right, let us Lembas first. And let's still use our mana like this. Just bolt stuff. We need some action now. That's all our casts into the fires. I'm still going to bolt this. And then pass the turn. Likely, I mean, we could have played Lembas as well, but no. I think we're crowd controlling. And still, I think we're going to Gal Blast whatever else they play. Still, if it's a 2/2, smashing that. Okay. I'm more inclined. Let's just. We're playing the long con here. We're not going to win for a while, so we may as well just try and deal with the board this way. Let's go Lembas using the red. Give me a Glinthawk, please. Or Skyfisher. Fantastic draw. You, my boo-boo, are going to be picking up a Lembas. We are an 8, which is scary, don't get me wrong. I'm more inclined to sack this other Lembas now. We've learnt our lesson. There's a Lucky, which could mean an Axe as well. Nah. What's the last card? Telling. This is very telling. And Mouse of Foundry. I think we're still playing Lembas first. I need more lands. Of course, Skyfish is good. And they still need a fair bit going on as well. Let's attack. I'm actually going to return and play the Radiant Fountain now. Because I think I need some immediate, and we're going to be using all our mana. And then we can block whatever they play. Next turn we can play Mouse of Foundry. Probably just block. Okay, they got another Percussionist. At least we can hit those 2. So see what they drew. I'm gonna attack with everything. I'm gonna be blocking 1. We're on 10 here. Not that crazy. Another Reckless Lucky. Okay. The only thing is they have First Strike, which is very, very annoying. Synth. Let's start with the Synth. That is so tempting. I think we still play it, to be honest. I think we get him with 1 and still using this other core Skyfisher to block. That land is mattering a lot now. Soon they make that unblockable. I can't really attack these Reckless Luckies yet. Let's block this. I wonder if they're keeping the axes out or not. Great Furnace. Okay, they've got plenty of mana now. We're an 8. We will just Mouser on our turn and keep up this Lembas. Land's good. Let's attack for another 2. We need to be able to block these. And then we'll play Mouser. Again, our life gets a lot worse as soon as they play. We'll save targets, always yield. Always yield to this. Our day gets a lot worse if they're playing the Bushwhacker next turn. Again, we're on 9, so I really don't want to get to the magic number of 8 because I feel like we can kind of get cooked by that. So this is my retribution of trying to get back into the game after all these bloody red decks. And to be honest, I think on our end step, I think we've got to cast into fire that now. Okay, they're attacking with everything now. Okay. Well, let's block. And then we can cast into fire these two if we want to. Just sacking. Okay. Well, let's cast into fire now. I don't want any damage dealt to me. If they want to bolt this, they can. But again, we're probably at the phase now. If they have a bolt, they have a bolt. They still can't, like, they can go Fire Blast and that's kind of it. But now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've learned my lesson. I will be cracking for the synthesizer, but likely just going Lembus. We're cracking a Lembus to stay alive here. Oh, rest is good. I think we still go crack this now. And then they can likely have attackers, but we'll just attack with these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Although if we just bushwhack or whatever they do. We meant to attack. Nah, let's keep one back. Keep this back. Attack for 5. And then we are on 12, so we could just synth actually. Synth doesn't do a lot either. Let's just pass because we're probably just cracking this Lembus end step if they're not doing anything fun. It's fine with me. That's why we attacked like that. I mean, let's just get some assurances, eh? All right, and then we just need to get 2 more artifacts into play here. I mean, that's also just does it. So let's attack. Yeah, we'll just attack with the core Skyfish to see what they do. And then we'll just bolt them and then GG's. There we go. So we're 2 for 2 against this rally deck. Let's do a quick wrap up. All right, so wrap up time. So this was kind of the deck. It was very bizarre. We literally played against Mono Red Rally 4 times, which was just absolutely cooked. The HYDRA Assault Robot, we didn't really get to see it at the beginning on the first 2 Mono Red Rally. I felt like we just tested against Mono Red Rally today. And then the later matches, we saw it come out a lot more. And it did help with the aggro and actually closing out the game. So I was a big fan of it, actually, to be honest. Things I probably want to change is with this meta right now, I think especially with all the rally, because people just love jamming it in leagues, and we didn't see any of the untap elf. I probably want to cut the makeshift munitions. They felt awful all the time. Yes, we could have played against rally, but I think we had so much with the Mouser Foundry. You could probably just run something else. I think even some level of life gain in this meta, but I'm very skewed because I played against it literally 4 times. The only other deck that we played against was Mono Blue Faeries, which this deck absolutely wiped the floor with. I think we still keep the Relic Progenituses in. You could maybe, I guess, take out these makeshift munitions in the Melted Moxie, maybe put in like Secret of the Way or something like that, just as like another way to gain more life and get in with stuff. But generally, we have a fair bit of interaction. You can also swap out like a Journey to Nowhere for a thraben charm, but again, we didn't see much more else outside the Mono Red Rally. Rest for the Wary came in clutch a lot. I'm a big fan of this card. It's exactly the amount of curve that you want in this deck. You don't really want to play Navigator's Compass. It doesn't work well. I think you only want that if you're playing Mardu. So this is essentially the deck. Let me know what you think. I think the Cast of the Fires actually did help as well a lot better into the Dust to Dust. Normally that's like a Dust to Dust effect, which isn't good with Synthesizer. I think it actually did good work in this anyway. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully less mono red next time. See you later.